welcome back to a movie review today, and today we are reviewing The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. I have just got out of seeing Lord of the Rings, The War on Rohirrim, and yeah, fresh review. Literally just sat down, pressed record, and here we are. It is a prequel to the first Lord of the Rings trilogy, and it is set, I think, 250 years before the events of Lord of the Rings, and it focuses very much on Rohan. And Rohan is a house, you could call it, similar to like Game of Thrones, and how they have all the little kingdoms, houses, families, whatever, community you could call it. Rohan, if you don't know, is one of them. It's basically just like his own house within the Lord of the Rings universe, and they've heavily featured in the Two Towers movie, in terms of, you know, the Fellowship being broken up after the first movie of Lord of the Rings, and then Aragorn and everyone kind of seeking Rohan's aid to help them and continue on the quest, obviously, in terms of Lord of the Rings. So we've seen Rohan before, but as I say, this is 250 years before. One of the other differences that you could say in terms of Lord of the Rings is this is anime. So it's not a traditional, you know, live action piece. It's not even a traditional animation piece, you could say. It's an anime version. Anime, if you don't know, basically, I've only ever really seen anime in terms of Pokemon, back in the day. You get big studios now, like Studio Ghibli are really big, you know, Spirited Away, Ponyo, some really big anime movies, but I've never seen any of those. I find some anime movies quite hard to watch. It did take me a while to get used to this style of animation. I think what freaks me out with anime, to be honest, is the frame rate, and it does start like that. It takes a little bit of adjusting. After 10 minutes though, oh my god, I was so in, and it was immersive and all of that. And what this one does well, I think, compared to other anime stuff I've watched, is a lot of anime primarily uses Japanese language, and the audio is dubbed on top of. This was shot and, you know, animated, I guess, with English as the first language, is how it came across, I believe. I don't think that there was any lip syncing issues, because that's what I've had in the past when I'm watching anime, is the lip syncing is a problem. It takes you out of there, and I'm not as engrossed in finding things as amazing as I should be. But this is English first. We've got some amazing voice actors in there. You know, in terms of the people that are performing, they are really good. All very underrated and unknown people, if you know what I mean. Brian Cox is someone's name that came around. He's like playing the King of Rohan in the movie, and he's got a really great voice. And all of them, even the girl Helma, her voice was fantastic. You know, and just really sold the show. And I think all of the voice actors really were great. Wolf, the guy who played Wolf, he was really good. Gave me like Jon Snow vibes, British kind of, you know, just really, you know, the character and the emotion that came across in the voice, I thought was great from the characters. So yeah, all the actors were brilliant. There was one person in there, even the like handmaid lady, she was brilliant as well. As I say, I don't know the names of the people in there. I don't have my iPad with me to read them out, but they were all really good, and definitely sold the show. The animation style, though, as I say, anime is a very unique style, but I think it was shot and storyboarded in a way, in terms of the plan of the script, as if they were filming live action. There were some shots in there that they animated, of course, but it's like they were live action shots, if you know what I mean, kind of using the drone to go higher, or like swooping shots, or, you know, they were using movements that are natural for cameras that we're used to in other movies, you know, with actual technology and using, you know, real cameras and whatnot, you know. So it wasn't like I was watching an animated movie with, you know, transitions that weren't very good. It was shot, filmed, planned, storyboarded, however you want to call it, as if they were making a live action movie, and then obviously animating those real life, you know, movements to sell the show. And it was excellent. I really like that this was kind of like a bit of a, you know, a prequel to Helm's Deep, of why Helm's Deep is Helm's Deep. And Helm's Deep, for me anyway, is fantastic. I love Lord of the Rings Two Towers. It's my favorite one from enjoyment level of Lord of the Rings. I love the Two Towers movie, and that is mainly because of Helm's Deep. And now, you know, getting a bit of an origin story to Helm's Deep, I think is fantastic. I do really hope that we get more of these, to be honest, because, you know, Lord of the Rings is something that needs to live on. We've obviously had the Amazon series that hasn't really done well, but I think in this format, I think it's really good. Actually, visually as well, there was a lot of people in there, you know, and the music was fantastic. Just really much a throwback to the Lord of the Rings that we love. This will be a definite pickup for me. I was on the fence about this, but to be honest, I think I might jump for the Steelbook for this, to be honest, because I've got all the other Lord of the Rings, The Hobbits, and this is up there with them, in my opinion. Now, it's nowhere near as good as the original Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit movies, even in terms of my reviews from earlier in the year that I did on the channel of those in the Middle-earth collection. But I did rate this a 4-star. It is up there. I think it's one of the best animation movies of this year. I think the voice acting's great, the music is fantastic, the shots and all that was great. It was a bit long, 2 hours and 15 minutes for an animation movie is a bit long, I think, but it does definitely sell the show as Lord of the Rings, and it makes me feel like I just went to Middle-earth for 2 hours of my life. So I think I will consider getting this on physical media in terms of a steelbook as well, because I think it's really, really good and nice to have in the collection. But there it is my review of Lord of the Rings, The War on Rohirrim. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen it? Are you interested? Hopefully this review sorted you out there. Maybe you was like me in terms of worried about the anime style, but like I said, for me it was 10 minutes and it was like, oh, this is a bit, after 10 minutes I was in and it was fine. The frame rate, I got used to it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen it? Are you interested in seeing it? Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.